Hello everybody, this is my whole Phalaenopsis orchid collections that I want to show you. Most of them are blooming right now, some of them are not blooming. The one that I ordered from Norman's Orchids. And let's take a look at the close-up. So I started collecting orchids about 9 years ago, and then it started there. Start buying more and more orchids every time I go to the store, every time I go grocery shopping. If I see an orchid that I like, I buy them. So some of them have an ID, some doesn't. So this came from Norman's Orchids, same as this one and that one. So some of them I lost the ID when I repot them. It's not focusing. Anyway, this is pink butterfly Schilleriana. So the one in the front right here, these are my mini Phalaenopsis orchids. This one came from Norman's Orchids, and this is called Quezon Queen. So this one came from the Philippines, and this is my other mini Phalaenopsis orchids. This is a beautiful white orchid. It just got blooming actually. You can see the small leaf coming out, and you see this beautiful one right here. This is my first orchid that I converted to a water culture. I actually transplanted them using the orchid mix that I stored from the basement. And then it got the roots got rotted. Well, I guess because the mix was been stored in the basement with all the mold and moisture down there. It wasn't a good idea, so instead I made my own potting mix. So we'll take a look at the roots. It's hard to show when using just one hand, but yep, you see that root right there. Same thing right there. New roots. Yeah. So yeah, that's my first attempt on my water culture. And on the back over here, that's another orchid. They're not blooming right now. And those are my mounted orchids. I kind of like this white orchid right there. And this orchid right here, it smells very good. Actually doesn't have an ID. Like I said, some of them doesn't have an ID. Those are from Norman's Orchids. I repotted them already using my own orchid mixture that I made, and you can see the leaves are very healthy. They're very thick, very shiny. So this one, so the one in the front here, these are the mini Phalaenopsis orchids. Yeah, that one is my other mounted orchid. That one. So there's my other orchid. I love that color. If you can see, I put a cakey paste on that one, so I'm not sure if that's gonna make a cakey or a spike. This one, I love this. This has been blowing for so long now, and look at that. Actually, this orchid, my husband knocked this over. It was scattered all over the floors, the flowers, yeah, it was a mess. He was trying to open the window to get some air, and he knocked it down and spread everything down the floor, but it's still hanging in there. It's still looking pretty. So yeah, he knocked it down about 2 weeks ago. It didn't budge or anything. It was still there, no bud blast, and I repotted this back in May 12 or May 13, or I'm not sure. Yeah, I repotted this, and that's my other mounted orchids right there. Oh, this one right there. Look at the leaves. So you see that leaves, my dog knocked this down too, down the floor. So when we got home, this one is down the floor, and you see the leaves kind of fold, but right now it's very thick. You can't even fold it. Yeah, my dog and my husband kept knocking my orchids down, but they still looking good. They're still surviving.